Hi, and this is the start of a hop-on, hop-off trip around Copenhagen. Behind these buildings is a open-air swimming pool, which is supposed to be incredibly popular with the local people and tourists alike. Copenhagen Harbour is supposed to have one of the cleanest and safest harbours in Europe, so it's quite safe to go to swim there. Can you imagine that on the Thames? No, nor can I. We're approaching the what is known as the Black Diamond. It's the National Concert Hall, and the outside is made from Zimbabwe black marble. It's very impressive. The building here is the Nordic Stock Exchange of Denmark, Sweden and Norway, and up that spire is a snake which has some sort of symbolism for that part of the world. This is the Danish Parliament where Borgen, a very successful Nordic noir thriller series, was filmed. There's also some apartments there for the royal family, so I understand. It's also located over one of the many canals in Copenhagen. Now this is I think this was a Tuesday afternoon. Look how few people and few cars there are around. It really is a very peaceful and serene capital city. We're now approaching one of the stops the hop-on, hop-off bus stops at, so you can get on and go on a canal tour and harbour tour. They're very popular. I've done them in the past when I've gone to Copenhagen. They're very good. As you approach there, you can see that there's quite a few people queuing to go on there, but all in all, there's very little traffic. In fact, in Denmark, to import a car, you have to pay a 180% import tax. So it's just as well they all ride a bike or use the excellent public transport. We've just departed from the boat stop, and you can see one of the many open-air cafes that there are in Copenhagen on the sidewalks. All very civilised, eating out in the open during the summer and spring. They all have blankets and those little heaters anyway. It's one of the hot dog stands which are very popular all over Copenhagen. That seems to be their fast food of choice. As you can see later, they are very substantial and very good. I'm just turning around into a square, and you'll see in front of you Magazine du Nord. Again, it's their version of Selfridges or Harrods, but look how few people around. It's the middle of the day. Such a quiet city for a capital city. One of the features of Copenhagen is their responsible drinking, and this is one of the bars that are situated in squares. They sell from that all manner of drinks, snacks, very civilised. And as you can see, there's some fine shops there as well. Louis Vuitton and Jörg Jensen in the background there. Now this is the video coming up of Nyhavn, which is New Harbour, and it's where there are many restaurants and bars. Now you can see they're very colourful. This inlet, this canal inlet, was first built many hundreds of years ago, so they could bring cargo ships right up to the very centre of the city. In fact, just behind me as well is the house where Hans Christian Andersen lived. And then you'll see later on some pictures where I was actually eating lunch in one of those establishments. As I said earlier, cycling is very popular, but of course you have to look after the little ones as well, and to do that you have a bike like this to put a couple of kids in. Where there's not a lot of traffic like Copenhagen, it might be okay, but I wouldn't fancy that in London. This is a fountain. It's in the middle of Strøget, their shopping street, a bit of a mix between Oxford Street and Bond Street. And here's the Little Mermaid. About a week before, it was covered in red paint, I understand. Copenhagen is also a very popular destination for cruise ships, and here's one of the cruise ships that was there. And of course, Denmark as a whole is famous for small broad open sandwiches. Now this is the Town Hall Square. I guess the equivalent in London will be Piccadilly Circus. This is about 9 o'clock at night. There's not a lot of people around. A statue of Hans Christian Andersen, who they are very fond of, unsurprisingly. And this is another shot of Nyhavn. And this is a hot dog I had one day. As you can see, it's very substantial. The round tower, there's an inclining slope up the tower where people used to take their horses and carriages up. Why, I don't know. Here's the changing of the guard at the Amalienborg Palace. Perhaps I'll just let you watch it for a few moments and you can see what it's like.
Siehst du? Ja? Das ist wie auf dem Makro, wo wir gesehen haben, ne? Das ist auch ausgewechselt. Aber scheiß auf die Gesetze. Wie hat Fett gesagt, Gesetze sind dazu da, um sie zu brechen. Ja.
unlike London, you can get up to the guards really close, and this I think shows what I mean in a second or two. This still picture followed by a little bit of video. That's how close you can get to the guards. Not in London. And here they are marching the way to their individual sentry points. It's a lovely palace, Amelienburg. This is the Churchill Park that's not too far from the Mermaid. Of course it was named after Winston Churchill for the job we did to free the Danes during the Second World War. And this is where I had my lunch at Nijhaan on the Thursday. Well, that's probably it until Singapore. So I'll see you then.